Happy New Year to everyone. I know I'm a bit late, but because I didn't redo the podcast last week, I am here to do one now after a long relaxation. And tell you the truth, I didn't get that much of a break because I had a lot of things of catching up. And thankfully, I have done enough, and now I am back, but I am lagging behind. Winter anime season has begun, and I didn't even do anything. I didn't even watch any of the new one, even the ones that I am most anticipated, like The Promised Neverland or Mob Psycho 2. I am aware that they are doing solid, very solid, and I'm happy to hear for Kaguya-sama because I am a fan of the manga, and the manga has been brilliant. But maybe one day I'll talk about that in a separate video. I would like to talk more about that for those who really want to get interested with the series, whether it's the anime or the manga. Definitely go for the manga because, you know, the whole thing that's going on, especially the recent chapter, has been very solid. There's a lot of things. I would just save it up for that other time. This is Sparda's World Podcast. There's not much to talk about, but I think it's good to talk about the award show. The Anime at War, brought to you by Crunchyroll. So they have made a list of all the nominations, and some people have been, well, reacting not so pleasant, but that's expected. I mean, what can you do? But there are some very questionable choosing, and it's not just the fact that like, oh man, why you didn't put my favorite anime there? I mean, I have my own criticism, but that's not the part that goes out to make me say, this list is really bad. I don't think the list is that bad, but I do think some of them are questionable. And yes, I understand the circumstance. I understand the criteria. I understand the requirements. But still, it doesn't feel as authentic or doesn't feel as really like a established award show. Then again, nothing is for anime, at least in America. I don't take it too serious, and you should not take it that much serious, but it's just something that we just like to talk about. It's kind of like the Game Show Award. Like the Game Show Award, they only attract to the gamers for maybe for publicity, but yeah, you know, I guess they're trying to make it like a very prestigious thing, and maybe they have, maybe they haven't, I don't know. But the most attractive piece is the new trailers for the new games, and last year it was all about a lot of trailers for the future games that's going to come out like in a couple of months, or the game that's just coming out right about now during the time when they air the trailer. So for anime wise, I guess you could just say it's one of those honored things of like celebrating anime stuff. But you know, there's something that you could just say, hey, look, we're just going to have fun with this kind of award show. It's nothing to take it serious. A lot of people does take it serious, but I personally don't take it that much serious. I just wish the criteria is more understandable. Sometimes it seems like it's just thrown out of the window. And one of the things I do not like about the awards, whether it could be from the anime, the video games, or anything else, there's that whole publicity thing, the whole PR thing. But I guess we'll get to that when we get to that, when we discuss one by one. I won't discuss every single one of them. I'm just going to discuss some. The other one, I will just make a small mention, mainly because some kind of will, actually it won't kinda will, it will spoil my choice of anime of 2018, as I only take out the disappointment, the underrated, but the disappointed, I guess I could say I will put more insert thoughts of the whole disappointment realm, but you'll see it when you see it. If you haven't seen the video, you should check it out, the video. I know it's too long. I should really shut my mouth. It's kind of hard to not to talk so much. And, you know, I'm happy that that series didn't get that much of a publicity. It sounds harsh. I mean, everybody deserves a chance. Even if it's a series that you don't like, everybody deserves a chance. But if you don't get into the nomination list, then, well, it just is what it is. Let's just start with this list and let's just go over one by one. Well, not every single one. But let's start with the very first one, which is the best protagonist. Right off the bat, people have problem with the best protagonist nomination. It starts with Retsuko from Aggretsuko. This is a funny story. I didn't know where was this from. I remember seeing a thumbnail from some anime YouTuber, and I'm like, the hell is that show? It looked like an old show that just finished this year. Or not this year, last year. Turns out it was airing in Netflix last year, and I guess all the episodes there, so I didn't know it was there. I honestly didn't know it was even anime. The thing about Netflix, it doesn't really notify me there's a new anime listed or a new series listed. It happened to my brother. He didn't even know Castlevania season 2 was out. And he'd been Netflixing, or what's that word? I forgot the whole. Damn, I forgot that phrase. I'm getting old. But there, the point is that he didn't know there was a Castlevania season 2. He's like, wait, it's out already? Shit. I told him this year. So you could imagine how late we are. But yeah, the rest of cool. I didn't even know that's a show. I didn't even know it was a Netflix. Now, this is where the things gets really confusing for many fans. And a lot of people have to tell them. And it makes sense, but I kind of wish that kind of requirement was out of the way because it seems so, I don't know, a PR stunt. I don't know. Well, actually, it's not much of a PR stunt, but I feel like it's a kind of unjustified. It's just me. But the other one is Yumiko from that gambler series. It came out 2017 in Japan. Legally, we got to see it last year in Netflix. I remember seeing it in Netflix last year. That is true. I just wish it didn't nominate this because I thought her character was fine. I thought she was good, decent, but she kind of seems like one of those kind of meme thing, like because he got that young daddy aspect. Well, not really. I guess it's young daddy. I don't know. The point is, it has that kinkiness. I guess that's like the attractive part. It seems like more of that case. But yeah, still 2017 summer, if I remember correctly, and then you coming out with this nomination, it still kind of confused a lot of people. Doesn't seem that deserving, even if it does come out legally last year. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But all I know is the first choice I wouldn't choose. Second one I wouldn't choose. The first one I only won't choose because I don't know the series itself. Joe from Mega Box. I like his character. I do like his attitude. I do like how he is. I mentioned this in the most disappointing. While the characters are likable and they're good, they seem like they have a lot of room for development, and especially for Joe, especially to get a backstory or anything like that. That's the only downside. But overall, I thought his character is likable, and that's good enough for something that's a short series and to pay a homage to Ashita no Joe. So, it works out. Would I vote for him? I wouldn't mind if he win, but still, I probably would choose other one. Remuru Tempest from That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. I do enjoy his character. Yeah, you could kind of argue it's the same typical, isekai main character. But there's some upsides, there's some balance, and there's also some charm that he has as a person, as a character, which I actually dig. And I do enjoy the series as well. That's good enough I could say for him. I guess you could say a lot of people could relate to him in some way because, isekai series kind of do that to people. There's my 2 cents for there. Sakata from Rascal Does Not Dream of a Bunny Girl Senpai. Yeah, he's cool. I don't mind if he wins. I mean, yeah, I don't really care too much about who wins or loses, but if he wins, cool. That's cool. Violet Evergarden. I will actually pick her for the best protagonist in the list just because the foundation of her character. And if you watch the series, you should know what she is, like, really is. And I guess you could say the animation and the whole one episode, I should not say here because if you haven't read it or excuse me, watch it and it's like, oh crap, I spoil. But yeah, I would pick Violet Evergarden for this one. But that's my thoughts for the best protagonist. Really, the controversy began when you look at the first 2 names, mainly the second name, because the whole, I thought it was from Summer. I mean, it is true, it's from Summer. We consider it as a 2018 anime just because we started to watch it. We have the legal way, which is funny because I could have sworn I found the legal way, but maybe I am supporting the series. I am supporting through Crunchyroll or Funimation, whatever stuff like that. So don't look at me like I'm the bad guy. I could imagine that one YouTuber would hate me for piracy. I mean, I don't really pirate that much anymore. I say that much because, there are animes that you can't get them until much later, if not never. It's rather sad when some anime gets left behind. So it's the only option. But still, do support the series. Bottom line, a little controversial. Not as much as later on, we'll get to that soon. But yeah, best protagonist, I would go for Violet Evergarden, if anything. This one is a little confusing for some people. The only confusing part comes in with Ainz or Momoga. That's the guy from Overlord series. You know, when you really think about it, he's really a protagonist. Because if he's going to be the antagonist, who the hell is the protagonist then? Because there is no protagonist if that's the case. And I understand his method, his style of handling things, or ways to rule the world, rule the countries, whatever. Is antagonist style, is a villain way. But the whole premise is he's still a protagonist in his own world. And he's still a protagonist that we follow. It's like Light Yagami from Death Note. We know the stuff he does is not really a good thing. It's not really a good guy trait. It's all bad. It's kind of like the Punisher almost. Like, Punisher, he kills anybody who's deservedly so. There's no second chance. There's no second thoughts. It's like, die, 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 die. There's no justice will prevail. There's no Batman. He just straight up killed him. So that's how I see it for Ainz. But it is weird how like they put him in an antagonist and leave out who's gonna be the protagonist in that series then. Nobody. I don't know. That's just weird. Ryo Asuka from Devilman Crybaby. I'd say the last third part of the series or the last 3 episodes. Sure, but I don't know. Would I pick him? Not really, to be honest. I mean, he was fine, but again, the last 3 episodes is just where he actually starts to get that momentum of like a true antagonist. But everything else, it seems like he's just a back burner, or it just seemed like a guy who's just in the background waiting to get his moment to shine, which he does. Not enough for me to give that much of investment, especially when, as like I said in my disappointment, I feel like the series rushed by the time we get to the final act of the story. And it's like, okay, now you're the center of focus, or now you're getting that much focus. And there are some cool moments. I wouldn't choose him. All for one from My Hero Academia Season 3. I like his aura of intimidation. That was one of the best part. But actually, I could say that might be the only best part. Yeah, I like his power. I like the damage he done. But it's not the best damage character that has ever done, if that make any sense. It's not like character like, say, Usuro from Gintama. In Gintama, he practically started the war, and he practically annihilated so many damn people in that world. It's crazy. And his plan is ludicrous, but, he's that crazy because he has nothing to lose. Or, if anything, he has a lot to lose, yet he's fine to be the one in the losing side, so long he gets that wish. That seems more intimidating because it feels like you're not going to win one way or another, or more like you're not going to make him suffer, or you're not going to make him sorrow. He's actually going to be like cool with it. So it's like, that's more intimidating. For All for One, the only intimidation is the whole aura that he has send out to those kids, to the students. That's the only good part. And yeah, he did the damage, but then the fact that, well, I should not get too much of a spoiler, but let's just say he comes and goes. Yuri from Megalobox, I do like him. I thought he's cool. I do like the last couple episodes with his side of the development, his side of the character. I thought it was pretty neat. I thought it has a good chemistry with him and Joe. I like this guy, Tokoshiro from Golden Kamui. It's a shame that they skip not even couple, like a good amount of moments where he really shine as a character. Like he really has some crazy moments, but they skipped it in the anime. In the manga, they kept it in. Well, of course, they kept it in its original source. But again, in the manga, there's more to his character, and there's more that actually gives you that clever foreshadows and that clever hint for what's to come. And I can't spoil here because, of course, it's not a Golden Kamui discussion board or anything like that. But he has really good character. And he still has a lot of good character in the anime. And I would actually vote for him, but I don't know. But maybe I would vote for him. I don't know. I do like his character a lot, trust me. But if you read the manga, if you have read the manga, you will know there is more stuff that should have been shown, but it got skipped because, well, I guess it's the anime direction. I probably would pick him not because I'm biased. Well, maybe it could be a little bias in there, but the fact that he does have some really good character traits that really makes him very likable as an antagonist. Now, Akane from SSSS Gridmon, I thought her character was pretty good. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, you're distracted by those giant size in the fronts, while you got the Rika for the Giants bottom, so something like that. But I watched the anime. Now, if you look at the surface, yeah, you will say one of those things because it's easy to say it and get it done. It's kind of like saying like, oh, that series is so edgy because the first episode it got people killing, it got them dying, and everybody's getting suffering. But if you watch the anime or watch or read whatever, if you see it for yourself, maybe you'll have a different mindset. But for me, I came in to watch Gridmon, thinking it's gonna be like, okay, it's gonna be like Monster of the Week. Cool, whatever. I don't mind that. I need some break from serious anime or other anime that requires a lot of thinking. But instead, it got me thinking again. It also gave me the entertainment. And let's be honest, if you were to watch this and Darling for like which one is the better trigger anime last year? Will you really say Darling? I know Darling might be the only anime that you have watched, and Gridmon seems like a lost in the shuffle, which is actually disappointing to hear, but trust me, Gridmon is actually pretty underrated. And I know it's getting more crowd right now, and I know Japan, they love that series, so forget about them. Don't worry about them. Gridmon Antagonist is actually pretty damn good. I thought it was actually live up to the theme. I thought it connects to the theme well, and I thought the way how it gets to the end point was actually pretty nice and meaningful. I can't spoil you here, but I thought she was cool. You may say again the fan service thing, but if you watch it yourself, you actually don't lose track of that whole everybody's being fan service. Trust me, you've seen worse. You've seen Fairy Tail. If you have watched Fairy Tail, that's still worse. If you watch Gridmon, you'll be pleasantly surprised how much stuff you get out of it without the use of fan service. Yeah, there's that one episode. Fine. One episode. Everything else is straight up really good stuff. Bottom line, if I were to choose the antagonist, it's kind of cheating to use Ainz because he's the protagonist, damn it. He gets more character. And I always like that last part of that last scene from season 1. But again, should I pick him? I don't know. Maybe I'll pick him. If not, Akane, and then it'll come Tokushiro from Golden Kamui. It's kind of tough, but there you go. That would have been my top 3. Now, Best Boy is actually pretty funny to see. I actually enjoyed most of them here, I guess. Would I pick other people? Maybe, if I could think right now, but I can't think of one right now. But Best Boy, yeah, maybe for the heck of it, I would say Honda-san would be my choice. But let's go over the other character. Kotaro from Zombieland Saga. I do like his persona. I do like how he raises his voice and then be serious. But that's all because of the voice actor. He was so good at it. So he's actually charming with that way. Sakata, I do like him as well. He's actually pretty cool too. And he's like, somebody that about damn time. We got a good boy character in this type of series. Deku from My Hero Academia season 3. I'll say I understand that you could give him. I think he won last year, so maybe it's best to give someone else. But I will give him credit because of the first half of season 3, which is pretty much his big highlighted moment against Muscular. If you haven't seen it yourself, you could try to see if you want to get spoiled, or if you have seen it, you should know what I'm talking about then. But yeah, I can understand why he's there again, or maybe it's just for My Hero Academia fans' sake, but who knows? But it doesn't matter. The point is, I do think if you go by the real reason or the legitimate reason to bring him here, that would be that one, and that's fine. Haida from Aggretsuko. Man, I suck at this. Yeah, I didn't see the anime. Again, I probably will actually watch the anime. I heard it's only a minute per episode. I was like, 100 episodes, but then I heard it's a minute. So, yeah, why not? That's like watching an entire movie length, right? And Joe, who I already described in the best protagonist. So if I were to pick, I'd probably pick Honda-san because that show is very underrated. I was gonna put that in the five underrated anime of 2018, but I didn't because it was like a half episode length. And I was going to do honorable mention as well, but I didn't get to do it because I lost many time. Like it was supposed to be like five other series that was going to get honorable mention for the underrated series. I suck at this. I suck at keeping track and time. But New Year resolution, I'm going to try to do my best for this one. Now, Honda-san from Skullface bookseller Honda-san, he's actually pretty relatable. Now, even if you don't work the same thing he works, and I'm not talking about the fact he has a skull face or he's working with other horror aspect characters like Mummy and what's that mask's name? Damn, Pumpkinhead, stuff like that. Anyway, the point is, even if you don't work there, you could understand where he's coming from, or you could understand what he's thinking of it. Like you could relate to him. Like it could be any other position, and you'd be like, that's exactly what I imagine from a bookseller. Like they would seem like, oh yes, it's so good. Woo! It's good to have good customer. And then the next time it's like, oh shit. So stuff like that is clever and it's hilarious. If you haven't seen it, you should try to see it because it really speaks to me. It speaks to you. It speaks to a lot of people. It's pretty down to earth. I mean, you could just imagine the scenario where you have to deal with people, the fans, who really want this series, who really wanted to get it, but it's sold out, or a series that's like, hey, can you give me like a Yuri series, a Yaoi series? Can you give me something, a great romance series and stuff like that? It's like, damn, it's a big headache. And then it's funny when you get to like the international people coming in to get some reading, like, hey, I want to buy Naruto. It's a fun series, it's funny, it's hilarious. It could be really close to home as well, which is actually educational in some formal way. So I like stuff like that. I like when you learn something from it. Whether it's real or not, I think you get a good kick out of it. So Hondo-san, I will pick him just because I can relate to him. I can understand where he's coming from, and he's hilarious through and through. Especially his monologue and the stuff he reacts, even with a skull face. It's amazing that a skull face can have so much funny reaction out of it. Maybe because it's the voice, which the voice work did a tremendous job on selling the headache, the torments. So yeah, Honda-san it is. You won't believe when I say this, but Best Girl. It's actually the hardest one I have to deal with. That's funny to say that, but it's true. It's actually the hardest choice I have to deal with. And yeah, there is one choice that I guess we have to discuss very soon. This is where everybody picked up what Crunchyroll has been trying to do or trying to push. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Let me start off talking about the Best Girl itself. Honestly, these choices are actually pretty damn hard to pick. I mean, yeah, one character or two character could have been swapped to another person, and then it'll be like, okay, this is really hard now. But these choices are really good because a lot of them I saw all the anime. Anzu from Hinamasuri, she might come in my top three because she's really charming. Like she's pretty much. I don't want to say she carried the show because that show itself is actually pretty funny. There's a lot of good characters, a lot of funny character. For her, she's just not only funny, but she is charming. Like she has the one that has like the episodes that's like very emotional. I think that's the best way I could put it. Like there's like those emotional scenes something that you could reflect on. And if anything, she's like the only character that really got a development, while other characters they're just pretty much trying to learn how to deal with this life with their powers or try to deal with that. Like the main character, a lot of character there, they just get into some shitty life or shitty situation that comes unexpectedly. So that's their story. You got a bartender that done with middle school. Enough said. So yeah, but Anzu, you actually follow along her story. Like she goes from one place to another, and they actually progress. So that's what makes it so special about her. And honestly, she might win. I don't mind that. Hinata from a place further than the universe. Now, I would choose another character over her, but she is a good choice as well. I won't go into the great detail because spoiler, but I do like her character. I do like the fact that she's like it's funny because in that series, I should not talk more. Honestly, you're probably gonna hear a lot more from this series somewhere, whether it be the next category or maybe just in the main one that I am trying to produce soon. That sounds like a spoiler, isn't it? I don't know. Okay, best I could say is that yeah, she's really good choice because even though she has the traits that you would see in a lot of anime, they remix her personality or remix the trope, and they make it into much likable that you even if you probably have seen it before, she makes it into like what's old is new again, and there's a development that I really like, and I really felt like, yeah, okay, that is human feeling. That is a realistic take on that action. Now I'm gonna skip the other character because we'll get to that person soon. Aspida from Golden Kamui. Really like her. She will be in my top three. If anything, I already told you the top three. Or not. I don't even know anymore. Shit. Aspida, she's damn cool. She's really good. She's funny as hell. She is smart. She is brave. She is like, it's like, the best part of it is like, oh, because I remember seeing my friend Twitter saying like, oh, you know, the best part about Aspida, she still managed to get into the best list and she doesn't have to be a waifu. And that's like, you know, that is very damn true. That is so true. And I like that because you don't have to rely on the looks or anything like that. Just rely on your character, your actions, your persona. Everything about her is really damn good. Which again, it's a little bit bummer that the anime had to skip more scenes, especially there's some scenes that really define her character even further. I know there's an OVA coming out, so that will kind of help out, I think. I don't remember what's the OVA about. Well, it's a different story. Point is, there's more to her character because she's really damn good. Trust me on this one. If you haven't watched it, you should try to watch it. But I do advise you to to read the manga. To go for the manga because it's so damn good. It's underrated and it's actually criminally underrated. But yeah, do go for that one. Nadeshiko from Laid Back Camp. I just like her. I so like this girl. Like it's funny because that series, it has the perfect balance. Something about that series has the perfect balance. It's maybe I should not talk further. Probably be in their list, but something about her is just a perfect balance of a character trope that you really see before, but I don't know, something about it hits right in the perfect spot. You ever have that moments in life, or you know how like you have that frequency, you're like there's like people will mistakenly think if you raise it up all of them you will get the perfect balance. It's like no, you gotta have one part go lower, the other part go a little higher, the other part go lower, and the other part go higher, stuff like that. It's like those frequencies, like kind of like in the video game moments, like you gotta get the right balance until you get a blank line to say there you go, you got it perfect. That's her. That's Laid Back Camp in a nutshell. Something about it, they just got it perfect. And it feels so damn relaxing. But I won't go into the greater detail. Point is, I do like her. Would I put in the top three? I don't even know anymore. Now, my from Rascal does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Wait, what else I gotta say? I mean, you know, the show, well, should I talk about it? I don't know. It just came off, it just finished off like a couple of weeks ago. Very last, not the very last anime. The last anime I done was Goblin Slayer. No, I don't even know. But yeah, I think a lot of people should know about Mai, and I guess she's like the only one you could say, yay, waifu thing. But still, she's pretty cool. I do like her character. I do like her design for some reason. I don't know. Something about those hairstyles make it work. I don't know. But yeah, all these choices are so damn hard, honestly. Again, I told you why it makes them hard. They got a really great traits and they really actually put up more characters. So it's like, oh, well, where's Ochaku? Character? What character? Okay, that sounds dickish. I'm sorry. Now we have with Lily, Zombieland Saga. Here's the thing. I guess this is a spoiler, so I apologize if I spoil you, but if you have seen already, then you should get the idea why this is a plug from Crunchyroll. Why this is a stunt from them. Lily is a transgender. She is actually a he. He's just designed as a girl, an idol to be exact. So that's the story. Now, that's not my problem in terms of like choosing her or like, why you pick transgender? You know, I'm not going against choices. That's people's life. That's people ways of work, whatever. I have nothing against the idea, but it just kind of come off very obvious. This is Crunchyroll attempt to do that, especially where for me personally, Zombieland Saga, I would have picked the other girl. I forgot her name. She has a blonde hair. She's pretty much like a rocker. She's pretty damn fun. Even Sakura, you know, she's like the protagonist. She got the same thing that you always see in a lot of main character, female in a idol stuff, but it's still cool. Still cool. But Lily, I like her character, but it wouldn't be my number one choice to put it in a nomination. But it is clear why they're doing stuff like that, especially when a lot of people pick other characters over her. I mean, yeah, she's charming, but she only has that one character arc. There's that. But the other character has their own character arc and they do more to it. But again, it's the idea of pushing the transgender thing. You know, it's like those women movement that they do in video games or in the movies, which some people probably hate or probably really hated about it. I don't hate it, but you could sometimes tell it that the movie directors or somebody behind the budgets, behind the production, they really trying to force you in to think that like, oh man, look at that, a female protagonist, and they do female things. I kind of wish they didn't have to do that so forcefully because it's like, you know, let us see what happens in the movie. There is a movie where they pretty much change gender, but then their action is all female based or a stereotype female based thing. Like, oh, let's should rob a jewelry. Like, well, okay, but that sounds too feminine of stereotype. The stereotype feminine, like let's rob a jewelry. But you're saying the guys they will rob banks, you know? It's kind of like that kind of push that makes it ironically stereotype of its own. And then you got some movies where they use the female characters, but they do things normal as human being because it's just the way it is. They're normal human. They're not gonna be like, oh, we're gonna do a women thing because we're women. It's come on, don't do like that. That's not the whole point that we want to see. We want to see just anybody fill the role. Period. That's all we ask for. So with Lily, you know, the whole transgender thing, I guess that's the idea that we're going for. I wouldn't choose her. I like her, but I wouldn't choose her. I can see why a lot of people were like, obviously saw the whole intention to put her in the list over any other girls from the Zombieland saga. But hey, it is what it is. It's PR stuff. What can you do? If I have to roll the dice and hope for what to land on, maybe Anzu. Maybe. Maybe. Shit. This is hard. Let's get to the next subject. Best opening sequence. I'm not sure if they're basing it on because of the music or it's based on the animation. Yeah, I understand they show you the storyboards, who did the music, who did the whole storyboard thing. I don't know. I feel like it's more of a music than anything else, but I could be wrong. It's been a while seeing the Wotokoi, Love is Hard for Otaku opening. I do like the anime. I enjoyed it. The opening, would I watch that? Would I choose that one? I should have watched the opening before talking about this. I did see the Darling in the Franxx again because I had to do the whole top 5 part. If you have seen it already, I guess it's a spoiler if you haven't. But it is in the 5 disappointing anime of 2018. But I would say this. The opening is pretty damn good. So I'll give them that. That's the one thing I forgot to mention in the video because I was so pissed off with anything else. But Darling in the Franxx music and the whole storyboarding, you know, that's definitely is a good choice. I probably would pick that if anything, maybe. I don't know. Kakegurui, the whole Gambler series. I like the sequence. I like the music. It's good. It's a good opening. But again, summer 2017. But hey, it came out legally last year. Yay. Whatever. Pop Team Epic. This is actually pretty damn cool. I like that opening a lot. I probably would. I just said Darling and Franks if I picked that. But I like that opening. I still remember the opening, even if I haven't seen it in a while. But I remember just seeing how stylish, how cool it is. And the best part is they give it a twice because you remember, if you watch the anime, they actually go back to back with very small alteration. And some episodes, they actually 100% similar. So there's that too. Yeah, Pop Team Epic opening is pretty damn cool. It's catchy. You should see it yourself. Aggressive cool. Am I gonna ever find a way to pronounce that right? But yeah, that anime from Netflix, the one that has 100 episodes, but they're only a minute short. Didn't see the opening, so I screwed up there. JoJo Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind. That's a pretty stylish opening. That's an episode. Well, episode itself, they are stylish. But the opening itself, yeah, that's a good choice too. That's a pretty good one. I might give it to Donnie and the Franks. Maybe because I'm such a Hyde fan. The Kiss of Death from Mika Nakashima and Hyde. That's like, damn, that's some hell of a combo right there. So yeah, I'll pick Donnie and the Franks. That's the only thing I would give them that. Best ending sequence. Okay, from this, I'm very positive that they're going by music. If that's the case, that would probably be the same thing for the opening. Maybe that's just me. I would say this. The ending sequence choices are harder than the opening choices, at least the three of them. I'll be honest, I haven't seen the FL, CL, the alternative, and the progressive. Honestly, I always thought having a sequel was a big mistake. And so from what I heard, it wasn't that much good anyway. So I mean, I watched them just for the sake of completion. FLCL, I like the anime, but you don't need to make a sequel, even if we American demand it so badly, or maybe we haven't demanded. Did we even demand it? I don't know. Anyway, point is, none of those two will be in my choices. Revenue Starlight, I do like the ending. I'm surprised they give it recognition because that series is seriously underrated in a lot of ways. That series, the ending itself, I really like the music. I really like the imagery is like it's very soothing, it's very nice, it's like calming. I like that song. I wouldn't pick it in my top three. Now this is the hard part comes in. Megalobox. Actually, maybe I will put it in top three revenue Starlight, but I do like the Megalobox ending as well. The song is pretty damn good. I don't know if anybody ever talk about it that much often. Like I feel like it's an underrated one. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Probably like Coco Cool opening is like it's pretty damn underrated. I guess because not a lot of people know about this series, but Megalobox ending is pretty catchy. I like it. I really enjoyed it. It's a good thing I actually checked the ending. I should have mentioned it in the one of the lists, but there you go. After the Rain. This one, well, it's Aimer. Need I say more, right? But yeah, I freaking love that song. It's a delighting image with a really, really good song. It could be the number one for me. Attack on Titan Season 3 from Link Horizon, Akatsuki no Requiem. Not only the song is damn good, but the sequence and the animation is really nice too. When you really think about it, if you combine those two, this should win. That should be the winner because it has a really great stellar animation as well as the song. The song itself is like really engaging. It's like it has that uplifting military force thing. It's like yo, it has that feeling. I love that feel, like but yeah, that's something that gets me engaged. Like, yeah, I feel like men right now. What would I choose? I don't know. Again, if you go by the visual and the song, maybe Attack on Titan Season 3 should win this one. I mean, that's what I would have preferred. But if you talk about song itself, After the Rain might win. Or that's what I would like to win. Or that's what I choose to win. Because After the Rain, that song is so damn good. Not After the Rain. To be actually, this is not, that's the anime name. Excuse me. It's Ref Rain from Aimer. And Aimer, you can't go wrong with her. I'm going to cover both best voice actor performance from Japanese and English. And to be honest with you, I didn't see any English dub last year, aside from very sneak preview from Toonami, the Adult Swim. So I can't say that counts. But anyway, the Japanese one. Mamoru Miyano. I'll probably pick him just because I know his voice so damn well. And yeah, it's bias of me. I'm going to admit that. I feel like there's other voice actors that should have been nominated, but well, you can only fit to what, six, I think? Yeah, you can only fit to six. And this is not just voice actor of one gender, this is actually all gender. So there's that too. Probably will pick him just because of the biasness on my end. And he does deliver well for Kotaro from Zombieland. So there's that perk because he does do a good job when it comes to going high pitch, going very crazy, and then he goes very serious in a really great transition actually. So that's something that he's really good at because he's that damn talented. Soma Saito from Honda-san. I just like his delivery when he gets a panic attack or when he gets so excited or happy that he's out of the blue, he's out of the problem. So he does a damn good job with that character. So there's that too. Maybe my second choice. Megumi Han Miki from Devilman Crybaby. She was pretty good. I don't remember too much. I can't praise more or criticize anything. I just thought she did a really good job to perform her and her action. It's a good thing that character actually had a lot of more of a role compared to the manga, because the manga, it would not suit well for today's world. Not in terms of like, oh, I am being abused and all like that. More like, well, I'm just a love interest and have nothing else. I am so bland. That kind of characters. That would not suit well today's standards. Now Toyama, Rin, laid back camp. I like her performance. It's very chill, it's very relaxed, and again, it's one of the case of it has that perfectly balanced. I sound like Thanos now. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. But seriously, that's laid back in a nutshell, really. But yeah, she does a great job. I remember her vividly. And it's that voice you always see from a lot of character, hear from a lot of character in a lot of series where you got those like laid back, no pun intended, characteristic. But this one, she does a damn good job out of that. Rariku? No last name. Retsuku. I feel like I should know this person. Again, I didn't see the anime. I have no other comments. I hate myself for that. Reina Ueda Akane from Gridman. Yeah, she did a pretty damn good job. Like, it's funny because it started off like, oh, okay, she's that typical girl that's like, just has that really large, you know what I'm talking about. Her performance is really damn good, especially in that one episode that I mentioned in the underrated list, that it had a great cinematography. It's such a stellar episode. The way how she expressed her emotions, the way how she expressed her troubles, her problems, her demons is really damn good. And I was like, okay, I changed my mind now. It's like not in terms of performance, but the mind of a character. That's how good she was. That's how damn good she was. Now, in terms of who I would choose, again, I'd probably go bias and choose the first one just because I know that voice actor so well. I don't know. I like these voice actors. They all do a great job. I don't know about Rariku because I know I'm unfamiliar with the series. I'm pretty unfamiliar with the name. And maybe I know that character. I know that voice actor. Maybe, just maybe, but should have done research. Now the English one. I didn't see any of them, but I'll tell you the nominations. So you got Kari Walgren, FLCL Progressive. That's the one that plays Haruku. Christopher Sabbath. That. You know what? There you go. That's my choice. He's all My Hero Academia season 3. It doesn't even have to be My Hero related. I mean, I'm not even the biggest fan of the series, but it doesn't even have to be any. It doesn't have to be any. It could be any crappy show. But as long as you see that name, boom, that's my choice. Yep, bias all the way. Erica Mendez from Resoku to Gresoku. Again, didn't hear it. Let it on the show. David Wold, the narrator from Mr. Tonogawa Middle Management Blues. Definitely did not see this at all. The Baller, 02, Darlene the Franks. Didn't know. Erica Harletcher, Violet Evergarden. I give them a huge credit for their hard work. I'm not belittling them. It's just me didn't watch the dub because I don't have that much time to watch the dub. Maybe when I do, talk about like, okay, this dub is actually pretty good. It's been a while, and I think the Dragon Ball Super movie that I'm going to is going to be dub, if I remember correctly. If it's dub, cool. If it's sub, cool. you know, but yeah, I got not much to comment on the English dub, but again, I applaud for their efforts and their talents. So there's that. But yeah, I will choose Christopher Sabat because that's the only one I definitely know by heart, and I know his delivery is always solid. It's pretty biased, this whole category of mine, but then again, everything is, right? I'm going to be honest with you. The best director, I wanted to skip entirely because it's not just tough. I mean, it's a little tough, but I think I got my vote already, but I won't say it out loud because that's the huge giveaway on what's my choice. Best director wise, I guess I would talk about just three. Masaki Yuasa for Devilman Crybaby. Of course, I have some problems with the series, but I would say his direction pretty damn good. He really did a damn good job on capturing the atmosphere of Devilman from the manga or this style. You know, even it has that funny running animation. I'm not sure what he was thinking about that one, but to each their own. but yeah, the direction of it is really good, especially the second last episode. I won't go into great detail if you haven't seen already. Try to check it out. I still think this is an enjoyable show. I don't think it's the best thing ever. I don't think it's the greatest show of all time, whatever like that, or the best thing that I ever had produced. I feel like there's some reasons why it's being seen that way, but again, it's everybody's opinion. It's not. I'm not the only one that tells you what to do or you should think about. The Devilman Crybaby direction, it was really solid. The episode 9 really tells me, yeah, he can really do good things still. Megalobox Yo Moriyama. I like the atmosphere. I like the whole idea that he takes it from the dystopia world setting, and it's really damn good. I like how you managed to capture the Ashita no Joe flow within this Joe, and it's good. It's pretty good. I like the direction. I like the whole soundtrack. I like the soundtrack. I like the music. I like it overall. Yohei Suzuki for Planet With. This is actually one of the honorable mention of my underrated series. This series is actually pretty good. Like it's enjoyable good. I don't think it's like the best thing or like one of the very underrated that needs to be known, but I do think it should get some few shares of publicity because it's actually a pretty fun series. It's like a series that is very self-aware of what it is. The way how it works, it kind of remind me of like not exactly like One Punch Man, where One Punch Man jokes are very clever even if you think it should be more pronounced or more visible, which that would kill the flow or that would kill the whole premise. Planet With is kind of like that's kind of that type of show where it's like it knows what it is. It knows it is silly and it knows what it wants to address as well as being playful with it. But that's what makes it fun. It's not like Gurren Lagann, like Gurren Lagann is way over the top, but it knows that. But it kind of has that sensation of like, okay, I'm gonna do a lot of serious thing, but under the comedic faction. I can't guess. Like I won't go too detailed. But again, there's a scene the guy get influenced heavily to fight and win by the fact that he could eat meat bun if he wins the fight. Come on, really? It's like what I'm gonna fight for. If you win, you get meat bun. Meat bun. Come on. But yeah, it's a very fun show. It's a fun show. I'll say you should go for that one. But in terms of direction, yeah, there's a lot of good moments. There's a lot of good visual shots, even if it is 3D. But there's like some really neat shot, and there's some really fun take with the characters, with the flow of like taking it serious, yet at the same time not taking it serious. You just have to see it yourself. It's like One Punch Man in some sense, but it is fun. It's a fun series. You go for it, and you can see what I'm talking about. Violet Evergarden with Tachi Ishidate. Yeah, definitely worth of mention because of the whole visual styles, the episodic things. I won't go into greater detail because it's kind of spoiling, but yeah, definitely worth it. Hiroko Usumi from Banana Fish. Yeah, that's definitely a good way to put it. I'm kind of surprised to see this in nominated because Part of me felt like maybe Crunchyroll is not gonna nominate an Amazon series. I thought that, but then you see this anime in the list, so Crisis Inverted. But to comment on the direction, yeah, there's definitely a lot of good ones. It's amazing because it is under no animation. I think that's how you say it. It's basically animation backwards. They have to go under their rules, under their ways. So this is like one of the few series that actually take advantage of like, okay, we could do the co-opening and the co-ending many times because a lot of series from there they're like 20 minutes or 19 minutes shorter. So it's like, damn, like Banana Fish should have more time. Granted, I kind of wish it did have more time too, but for what it did, for what it had to do, for what it can use in the reserve space, it's pretty damn good. I can't comment on the series because kind of spoiling on the best anime of 2018 on my end. Will it be in the list? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Bottom line, if I have to choose one, oh wow, I skipped one. Excuse me. Ashiko Ishizuka, A Place Further Than the Universe. I got no comment. I got no comment. Yeah, I'm not saying anything more. If I had to choose one, I won't choose anything because I don't want to spoil you. As for best animation, woo, wow. I think I would go with Violet Evergarden. Enough said. Studio Kyoto Animation. There, end of story. Next video. Okay, fine. We'll go with the other one. But Violet Evergarden. You ever wonder how it feels like to watch a movie in a TV series? Well, there you go. That's your answer. And it's having a movie? Holy shit. How much can you go with that one? Then again, I remember Silent Voice, incredible movie with incredible visual. You know, Kyoto Animation is kind of like Toei Animation in a sense, where like maybe the anime and the TV wise is not the best or it's not that great. You know, like it could be really good, it could be really okay-ish. But then when it comes to the anime movie themselves, not just the production gets better, but the storyboarding and everything about it gets so much better. That's what I heard, and that's what I have witnessed so far. So if you're not a fan of Violet Evergarden, maybe the movie would change your mind. It would be like an insane visual, like, oh my god, I'm melting. I think that's what's going to happen with Violet Evergarden movie. But when it comes to best animation, in terms of Devilmon Crybaby from Studio Science Sorrow, I like the animation style. I know it's not a lot of everybody's preference because the whole, hey, look at that run. It looks so stupid. But the art style, the I was gonna say the run, the art style, the animation is actually pretty good. It's really damn good, especially the climax. The last two episodes, those are where it really shines a lot. But yeah, I know the style is not for everyone, but to each their own. I like it. I wouldn't mind being one of it, but I think Violet Evergarden has to win this one. It just looks too beautiful. Megalobox, I think I like the dystopia feeling more so than just say the animation. I mean, the animation is pretty good at many places. It never really got to the bad territory, but it did get to the territory of like, it's okay-ish. And, you know, I guess you could say we're spoiled by the better side of the anime of Megalobox because you got the great animation at moments, and then when it comes to the normal animation scenes where it needed the most or where it needed to have again, it's kind of like okay, it's good, I guess. You know, it kind of has that feeling. But then again, Megalobox overall, I just like the atmosphere. I do think the animation is still good, pretty damn good. But again, I think the atmosphere is what makes it up for it, which could be argued in a lot of ways, but we'll get to that very soon. A Place Further Than the Universe, Studio Madhouse. Look, there's one thing I want to say. There's just one thing I want to say. When I saw this anime, my mind comes to this. Why the hell are you letting other studio taking care of One Punch Man? I know the story. Don't tell me. Don't educate me. I got the education way back when. I don't need to hear it anymore. I want to be a damn spoiled brat and just say like, why the hell did you leave? Why the hell did you let those guys go away for One Punch Man? You have the power. You have the budget. You have the money. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty damn good. Next, Bloom Into You, Studio Troika. I think this is miscast. I like the animation, but I don't think it's the best animation. I do think, however, it's the best directed. Well, not the best, but it should be nominated into that one. I do think it has a really good direction. That's what makes it appealing. That's what makes the anime so stellar. But I guess you want to call it animation. There are moments that art didn't look that good or the animation didn't look that good. You can actually see the polygony feel. That is kind of strange, but I would have put it here. Personally, I would have just put it in the best direction. Is there even a best direction here? No. Maybe the best director. Actually, the best director would have been fine because I thought the director job in this one was really good. It got me engaged with these characters, with the relationship and the troubles they have. And that's something that you really wanted to have everybody be invested. You don't want to just show like, oh, look at the explosion, boom. Or you don't want to just tell it. You want to show it. You wanted to express it. You wanted to execute it. That's the idea of directors. You want to execute as best as you can. I mean, I know a lot of people are like more focused on blueprints over the execution these days, but I'm still all for execution. If you don't give me the good execution, then it's just there. So, yeah, Blooming to you, it's miscast. I do think it should have been the best director more so than best animation. I like the animation, but it's not the best animation, or it should not be in this list. My Hero Academia Season 3, Studio Bones. Yeah, they did a damn good job in this one. I know a lot of people didn't feel as captivating as Season 2. That may be true because they had the whole movie thing. And only 2 episodes is more reflective for that. But still, they did a good job. So there's that. Not much to say. What would I choose? Violet Evergarden, because shit, it looks damn beautiful. That's what more can I say? Now for the best film, which is pretty interesting. Oh, we're gonna get to that very soon. But I have to say, I did not see any of these movies. Now, I haven't seen any much of anime movie last year, honestly speaking, because I just didn't. that's no way around it. However, I do vow to watch movies more so than ever this year, especially all the one I missed out, even the one that's we'll get to that very soon, because that's the most controversial one. That's the one that everybody goes, what the? So here we go. Now the nomination is listed. The Night is Short, Walk On Girl. I remember watching a review talking about this anime, and they said it's pretty good. It's really animated, like no pun intended, but it's like it has a lot of life in there, and it's actually pretty damn compelling. It has something that's really interests your eyes. My Hero Academia 2 Heroes. I will see the movie. Why not? It's my hero. Gotta do what I do. Just watch everything I need to see that relates to the series that I'm following. End of story. Mirai. I want to see this movie, and I was gonna try to do it this last year, but I skipped it because I just didn't have the energy or the interest at the moment. But now I have a lot of interest, and if a movie is really good, I'll probably end up getting a Blu-ray. I've been getting a lot of movie Blu-rays. That's one thing I do to make up for not seeing it in theaters or to try not to stream them, that way. Liz and the Bluebird. From what I heard, this movie was great. I heard this movie is great, and it goes back what I said. Kyoto Animation, when it comes to the movie, it's like I wouldn't say night and day difference because the budget is already great for the anime TV series, but when it comes to the movie, it's like all of a sudden they go step up beyond. They go actual movie route. So what I heard about Liz and Bluebird is like, damn, it's so good. And this is based on the sound Hibiki. Did I say no? Hibiki Emporium. It's like, damn, really? All right, I'm gonna see that movie. I definitely want to see that movie though. Definitely. Mazinger Z Infinity. Timeout. Couldn't swear this came out in 2017. And maybe it was shown in 2018 for legal reason. Fireworks. Yeah, here we go. Fireworks. Now, I can't criticize too much because I didn't see the movie. I am planning to see this movie. However, I will say this. A lot of people have said this movie blows. This movie is not good. There's a lot of problems. There's a lot of issues. It actually is worth of hilarity. It's worth of like sins. It's worth of like criticizing, like some nostalgic critic style, angry nerd, even though it's not a video game. But the point is, this movie has problems. This movie is not good. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because they omitted Makoi. I think that's the movie. I missed seeing that movie, but I seen the animation. I see the animation. It looks really good. And it's not only that, but it's actually a good movie. It's actually a good movie from what many people has told me. And at first I thought it's like, okay, maybe it didn't come out last year in theaters legally for us American, but it did. It actually did. And then somebody tried to defend it by saying, like, well, you gotta wait for the movie release, in Blu-rays, the home video. I was like, okay, maybe that's true. However, again, My Hero Academia 2 Heroes is coming out March, if I remember correctly. Same thing for The Night is Short. I think it's coming out in March as well. But the point is, if they didn't come out in home release, then that means they are following based on the theater experience. And that means Makoi, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but that anime should have been there. In fact, why would not go step it beyond and say, why not Brawly? Brawly movie happened last year. Technically, because it has a U.S. premiere, world premiere in U.S., if I recall correctly. So if that's the case, why not put it there as well? I think Maizaga came out 2 years ago, if I remember right. But even so, it's like you just fill in because you don't have any other choices. But how the hell did you leave that out? And then there's the other movie, Bluebird, Big Bird. I forgot it was something like that. There's other movies I've been hearing names. Why not Kogiya's recap? It's not even a recap 100% like how Attack on Titan Haikyuu does. It's actually like a retelling story. Why not just put there as well? A movie that's actually said that's actually pretty damn not good. So, but hey, maybe I like the movie. I'll watch it. I'll definitely watch it. Yeah, that one. That's where everybody got pissed off. I'm only upset because how weird the requirement works, and then you got the fact that there's one legitimate good movie there, and it's missed. Fireworks is pretty much Boss Baby of anime awards. That's what it is. It's Boss Baby. The same movie that stole a silent voice from nomination. Why? Because I don't know. I don't know anymore. I can't vote for anything. I feel like I want to vote for Liz and the Bluebird, maybe because I'm just a Kyoto animation fan all of a sudden. I don't know. Maybe I vote for Science Sorrow and studio work. The Night is Short, Walk on Girl, because it's the only review that I saw really noteworthy praise. Mirai seems to be like a good and bad, or more like good, but not the best work from him. Of course not. It is what it is, right? Best character design? Well, probably go with Violet Evergarden. Maybe because the style and the animation made a hope. But the other choice is not bad. You got Devilman Crybaby, which again, it's based on the art. Though I do like the devil characters, the not the main character. I'm talking about the demons themselves. The other characters, it's bizarre, but it's cool at the same time. But it is bizarre. Trust me. You get an anime that pretty much attacks with his rear end. I'm not gonna describe any further than that. Zombieland Saga. I like it. I like the style. It's like Idol but with zombies, but it's cool. Megalobox, I like the characters. Joe is cool. Joe is a likable character. The challenges he would go against is neat as well. That's about it. Aggressoku. Don't know anything. It's just know it seems like a Pop Team Epic in disguise, I guess, or a furry version of it. I don't know. And JoJo Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind. If you like those kind of facial expressions, yeah, sure. I mean, I like the character design. They're always fun to look at. They're always fun to, these characters are just like larger than life. And that's what makes JoJo fun, a lot fun. But I'll probably pick Violet Evergarden just because the expressions and the whole emotes they done. That's all thanks to Kyoto Animation though. So it's kind of like the best animation again. But yeah, that's my choice. The best fight scene category is kind of funny to me because you have Hina versus Anzu from Hina Masuri. Now, it's not to say the fight sucks or anything like that, but it's more of a gag. It's just a spoof. It's a parody. It's not really any physicality or anything like a fighting exchange blow or whatever. It's actually just a one big show off moment. It's pretty amusing, but I'm going to categorize here All for One versus All Might. My Hero Academia Season 3. This is always a mixed feeling for a lot of people. On one hand, you will be thinking that this is an amazing fight because of the emotional scale, how much it weighs on All Might. On the other hand, you will probably think it sucks because the fight choreograph is not that good. In fact, I would say it's actually pretty bad. Well, okay, not pretty bad, but it's just average at best. Mainly because it is one thing only, and I can't spoil it here if you haven't watched it. If anything, maybe it would have been better if you used the Bakugo versus Deku round 2. But I can understand why this one will be there instead of that other one because this one does have more of a impact, I guess. I remember a lot of the anime YouTube talk about this for a whole day, week, months. So there's that. I guess it's based on like what was the more impactful out of the two. But when it comes to having a perfect balance, my vote will go to actually Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki. I'm not a big fan of Naruto. I'm not even a fan of Boruto. But I would have to say that fight itself is pretty damn good. I would say it's pretty outstanding. 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 And the reason for that is because not only the animation is great, but the choreograph is really damn impressive. It's very smooth and it's amazing how it actually did better than the movie version. The movie, I think this is the same director, but the movie has been outclassed by the anime. Maybe because the Momoshiki actually looks more of a threat rather than how he looks kind of goofy back in the movie version. Not only that, but they all actually put more time and change some of the choreograph to make it so smooth for a longer length of fighting. It's incredible, honestly. And the best part is everything is all crammed in, but not in a very fast paced way, but more like everything is meant to be this way. It has to settle in one episode. It just is. It's just the right time of length. It's not like, oh no, this amazing animation happened all in one episode, but the fight continues on in the next episode. But in this case, it's everything in one episode and it had a really solid conclusion. So yeah, definitely worth a praise. Definitely worth a checking out if you haven't. Jiren versus Goku. I like this fight a lot too. And I'm glad that I've been reminded by Team 4-Star with the whole countdown of the best fights of Dragon Ball franchise. This fight was so damn good. It was like one of the few times you could say, this is vintage Dragon Ball right here. This is what I miss. This is that intensity, the tension, and everything about that whole chemistry is amazing. That's the only time I felt like, yeah, that's Dragon Ball right there. Boom, that's the shit. I sound like I went back to my teenage year, but that's what it made. That's what it made me say. That's what it made a lot of fans go crazy. The reactions from Mexico, Brazil, I think it's Brazil, and other places is crazy. I mean, you just take away from the impact, but the fight itself is really damn good. You just have to see how it plays out. It's the last episode, the last part of the fight is what made it awesome. But again, you got to see yourself. Yami versus Lich. I think that's how you say it. Black Clover. I like the animation. I like the fight. I don't remember too much of it. I mean, I remember most of it, but I don't remember being that much of a amazing thing. But I thought it was pretty good. So I got not much to say. It's pretty cool because Yami is there. And Yami is my favorite character in that series. So I'm a little biased there, but that's that. Satan versus Devilmon. Devilmon Crybaby. Now, that last fight is pretty cool in terms of visual. It is crazy intense and is as over the top you can imagine, which is funny compared to Dragon Ball Super, which is over the top itself. But the way how Devilman Crybaby plays out is way over the top. I can't even tell you why it's over the top, but if you have seen the series, you should know what I mean. Bottom line, I would choose Naruto and Sasuke versus Momoshiki because everything is all wonderfully done in one episode. So there's something that you would never thought I would say, but hey, give credits where it's due. Best continuing series? Well, it seems like a spoiler if I say something, but let's see. Dragon Ball Super, not a bad choice. It was fun while it lasted. Yeah, I know a lot of people has problem with it, but I would say by the time it reached to the end, I think they finally nailed it. What makes Dragon Ball so special. So if they do come back for season 2 and learn from that mistake, well, I think we're gonna be in a hell of a ride. Black Clover. Black Clover, it seems like the fan base has been increasing, which is cool. The anime is still not the best. I wish the anime was any better, though that one episode with the great animation moment is actually pretty damn good. Still, the overall package is not the best. I wish for the best, but at least it draws attention from the fans, so it's good for what it is. One Piece, it has been stellar. It's getting better. I had to catch up because I'm hearing good things now. There's some good things that's happening with the series, especially when it comes to handling the production and handling the budget, the timing, and all the animation, the animators. So that's something that's good to hear. I'm not sure they still do the whole, there's like 5 minutes of recap, 16 minutes of actual episode, or even less than that. I'm not sure they still do that, but I'll have to see it when I catch up. Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. Boruto is not bad. It's kind of just there. I mean, I understand they trying to take his time with the characters. That's fine, but uh, it's just a fine show. It's a fine show. If you like it, that's good. If you don't like it because it's being very slow paced with his slice of life and all that stuff, I can understand why. It's not the best slice of life or the best slow paced series I've ever seen. It's all right. It's fine. It's not the best. I think when it comes to the real canon stuff, I think that's where it gets better. But when it comes to like something that's original and something that's not really appealing, such as the latest arc that's happening right now, yeah, it's not the best. Ancient Magus Bride and March comes in like a lion. I got nothing to say about them, but they they will spoil me for the best anime thing. If I have to choose one, I'm gonna exclude the last two. But if I had to choose one, I would say Dragon Ball Super, just because the impact was so stellar. Trust me, you got to see that reaction when it comes to that final fight. It's really mind-boggling. Anime of the year. All right. I will not go into detail. I won't even tell you which one I will vote. But here's a nomination. A Place Further Than the Universe. Devilman Crybaby. Megalobox. Violet Evergarden. Inamasuri. Zombieland Saga. So it's awkward to see two of my disappointment anime is Devilman Crybaby and Megalobox. I will remove both of them from my listing. The other two, not a bad choice, but I feel like the Zombieland, it seems like a publicity thing. Like, hey, this is very popular in Japan. This is very popular in our Crunchyroll service. So why not just put it in there? Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But I would have put it there. But hey, it is what it is. I mean, I like the series. I do. I did enjoy the series. Trust me, I did enjoy it. It's just there's some problems. There's that very weird frame rate issue with the dance choreograph, but that's another story. But yeah, it's a good show. Hina Masuri is a funny show. I seen a better comedy, which is kind of sad not seeing there at all. Psyche, but it's still a good one. It's still a good choice. I won't go any further detail. Instead, I would just end it there and just say the nomination is it's not too bad. It's not the worst thing. I don't have too much of a problem with the nomination because that's their choice. At least it's not like last year where it has like so many same ones, so many dominations. The category, the genres, or the soundtrack is a big miss. It kind of sucks they removed something like that, but I guess they wanted to narrow it down smaller and smaller. Even though I will remove best boy, best girl, it seems too gimmicky. It's something that's like, I guess it should be like a fun thing, but I feel like they should just remove them altogether because it seems too gimmicky for my liking. But that's just me. Other than that, I thought the nomination is all right. It's not too bad. It's not my preference, but it's their choice. And in the end of the day, you should not take the awards seriously. because it's just a fun thing. It's something that would keep us talking, keep us engaged, have us do something other than just watch anime or do other things. It's just another hobby, another activity. I think that's a better way to put it. It's just another activity for us to enjoy or to lash on. Depends how much you really take it this serious. You probably be like, "Oh, why Violet Evergarden wins everything? I hate the anime." So I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know on your end. That will do it for the podcast. I hope you enjoyed this one. This is just pretty much a Crunchyroll Anime Awards talking. Yay! But yeah, I'm still working on my last two parts, which is pretty much the 5 worst anime. Ooh, that's gonna be fun. Maybe not as fun as last year, because to be honest, this year is actually, I keep saying this year, we're in 2019 now. 2018 anime, maybe because I missed some of them, but there are plenty that didn't get me like pissed off or get me like, I hate this anime, like King's Game, God. But I guess you could say last year still has some bad ones, but nothing that got me insanely crazy over it. But it's still funny to talk about them in some formal way. And then we have the 5 best anime. And then I will start doing a lot of other things. So I will talk about it very soon. You will have to follow me on Twitter to find the update. Or maybe I'll just do a video. I'll see what I can do. But once I get this stuff done, there's going to be a lot of new content coming your way. Alright, we're done here. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel, and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.